What's up, you degenerate fucks? Welcome back to the Drunken Rant Uncensored.
Yeah.
That's your boy Liam, back to fuck up your day with some mind-blowing shit.
And I'm Olivia, already 3 sheets to the wind and ready to spill the goddamn tea.
Olivia, you're a wild one, I swear. Always starting happy hour early.
Hey, someone's got to keep this podcast, Yeah, this podcast lubricated. Besides, it helps with history lessons, you know? Makes all the fucked up shit a little easier to swallow.
All right, you got a point. But seriously, before we get into today's clusterfuck, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment telling us how much you hate your boss or your ex or both.
We don't judge.
We don't judge.
Unless you like Nickelback.
Oh, and we judge hard.
Damn straight. Okay, enough with the bullshit. Let's dive into this shit show. Today we're talking about Big Blue, you know, IBM, those nerdy bastards who make all those computers and fancy gizmos. But get this, before they were building laptops and shit, they were getting cozy with the biggest dickhead in history.
Ooh.
Adolf freaking Hitler. Yeah, this one's a real mindfuck. How about we call this episode Big Blue's Nazi Boner, or maybe When IBM Fucked Hitler with Punch Cards.
Jesus Christ, Olivia, you're a sick fuck.
I love it.
But yeah, this episode's gonna be dark.
It is.
We're talking about IBM's role in the goddamn Holocaust.
Heavy shit, for sure.
It is.
I mean, everyone knows about IBM. They've been around forever. They invented ATMs, barcodes, those floppy disks that nobody uses anymore.
Wait, floppy disks? Seriously, what the fuck is a floppy disk?
Oh, honey, you're too young to remember. Back in my day, those were the shit. We use them to store all kinds of important stuff. Games, porn.
Okay, let's not go there.
Yeah.
Point is, IBM has its fingers in a lot of pies. But what's wild is that back in the day, they were all about these things called Hollerith punch cards.
Yeah.
Basically, it was their version of a computer before computers even existed. And guess who loved these little pieces of cardboard?
The Nazis. Right, they were obsessed with those damn cards.
Bingo. You see, the Nazis were all about control and efficiency, especially when it came to killing people. They wanted to track and categorize every single person in Germany, especially the ones they wanted to exterminate.
And IBM's punch card system was the perfect tool for the job. It's messed up, right? This seemingly simple technology was used to fuel the fucking Holocaust.
Talk about a buzzkill.
Yes,
I mean, who would have thought that a company that makes computers would also be involved in one of the most horrific events in human history? It's like finding out your grandma was a serial killer.
Well, brace yourselves, folks, because this shit is about to get real.
You got that right. Yeah. So, Libby, before we go full-on Nazi, can you give us a little background on IBM? Like, how the hell did they even get started? What were they doing before they decided to help Hitler with his genocide hobby?
All right, you drunken bastards, ready for round 2. Let's get back to this IBM shit show.
Hit me with it, Olivia. My brain's already fried from all this Nazi talk, but I'm ready for more. So how did IBM go from making boring-ass punch cards to helping Hitler round up Jews? Did they just send the Nazis a catalog like, hey, check out our new genocide starter kit?
Not quite, you moron. But it's almost that fucked up. See, IBM had this German subsidiary called Dehomag.
Dehomag? Sounds like a fucking hemorrhoid cream.
Focus, Liam. So Dehomag had been operating in Germany since the 1920s, selling those punch card machines for all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Businesses, government agencies, you name it, they were raking in the Deutschmark.
So they were already in bed with the Germans before Hitler even took over. Sneaky bastards.
Well, it wasn't that unusual. Lots of American companies had branches in Germany back then. But when the Nazis came to power in 1933, things took a dark fucking turn. Remember how I said the Nazis were obsessed with control? They wanted to categorize and track every single person in Germany, especially those they considered undesirable.
Yeah, the Jews, the gypsies, the gays, basically anyone who didn't fit their Aryan wet dream.
Exactly, and IBM's technology was the perfect tool for their twisted little plan.
Wait, so those punch cards were used to actually identify and target people for the Holocaust? Holy shit, that's fucked up.
Oh, it gets worse. Dehomag didn't just sell them the machines, they actually customized their systems to meet the Nazis' specific needs.
Like what? Did they add a special Jew setting or something?
Not quite, but basically, they created codes and categories to track things like religion, ethnicity, political affiliation, even physical characteristics. They were literally turning human beings into data points on a fucking punch card.
Hold on, they were tracking people's eye color and shit on punch cards. How the fuck does that even work?
It's all about those little holes, Liam. Each hole represents a specific piece of information. It's a rudimentary form of coding. And the Nazis, those meticulous bastards, went all in. They created a vast database of information on millions of people, all powered by IBM's technology.
So every time a Nazi punched a hole in one of those cards, it was like one step closer to someone getting sent to a concentration camp.
It's a chilling thought, isn't it? That a simple act of data entry using technology provided by an American company could have such devastating consequences.
Okay, so IBM provided the machines, but did they know what the Nazis were doing with them? Were they just clueless idiots, or were they in on it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's hard to say for sure how much IBM executives knew about the full extent of the Holocaust, but there's evidence that suggests they were at least aware of how their technology was being used.
So they were turning a blind eye.
Yeah.
Profiting off of genocide, those greedy fucks.
That's the argument that Edwin Black makes in his book IBM and the Holocaust. He claims that IBM's top brass knew exactly what was going on and that they actively collaborated with the Nazi regime.
What the fuck? Seriously. There's proof of this shit.
Black's book is full of damning evidence. Internal memos, correspondence between IBM and Nazi officials, even financial records. It's a pretty compelling case. He paints a picture of IBM not just as a supplier, but as an active participant in the Nazi killing machine.
Jesus Christ. It's like finding out your dad's a member of the KKK. I mean, what the fuck do you even say to that?
It's a tough one, Liam. But it's important to remember that this is history, and as much as it sucks, we need to learn from it. We can't just sweep this shit under the rug.
You're right, Olivia. We can't let those corporate bastards get away with this. So what happened after the war? Did IBM just go back to selling typewriters and pretend none of this ever happened?
Well, they tried to distance themselves from their Nazi past, of course. But you can't hide from history forever, especially when it's this fucked up.
So like, where were we? Oh yeah, IBM trying to bury their Nazi bullshit.
Yeah, you can't just, erase history like it never happened, especially when it's this fucked up.
So what happened? Did they get their asses sued or what? Did they just, apologize and say, oops, our bad? What happened?
Well, it took a while, but eventually this shit hit the fan. In the 1990s, lawsuits were filed against IBM by Holocaust survivors and their families. They were basically saying, hey, you helped the Nazis kill my family, so you owe me a shit ton of money.
Damn. That's pretty heavy. So what did IBM do? Did they admit they fucked up?
Not really. They never officially admitted any wrongdoing, the slimy bastards. But they did settle some of the lawsuits out of court.
Oh, so typical.
Yeah.
Throw some cash at the problem. I hope it goes away.
Pretty much. They also made some half-assed attempts to acknowledge their past, Put out some carefully worded statements, funded a few Holocaust memorials, but they never really took full responsibility for their actions.
So they basically got away with it. It's fucked up.
Well, they didn't exactly escape unscathed. This whole ordeal tarnished their reputation big time. People started seeing them as the Nazi computer company.
Yeah.
It's hard to shake off that kind of image.
Yeah, I bet. It's like finding out your favorite candy bar is made with child slave labor. Suddenly it doesn't taste so sweet anymore.
What's fascinating here is that IBM's story became a cautionary tale for other corporations. It showed them that you can't just chase profits and ignore the ethical implications of your actions. Especially when you're dealing with technology that can be used for some seriously fucked up shit.
So what's the takeaway here? Should we all just boycott IBM and go back to using carrier pigeons?
Don't be ridiculous, Liam. It's not about boycotting a specific company. It's about being aware of the power of technology and demanding accountability from those who control it. We can't just blindly trust corporations to do the right thing. We have to hold their feet to the fire.
Damn right. No more Nazi computer companies.
Yeah.
No more genocide powered by punch cards. We gotta be vigilant.
Yeah. Well said, my drunken friend. We all have a responsibility to learn from the past and make sure something like this never happens again.
All right, you beautiful bastards. That's the bottom of the bottle for this episode of The Drunken Rant Uncensored. We dove deep into the dark side of Big Blue, exposed their Nazi boner, and hopefully learned a thing or two about the dangers of unchecked corporate power.
We sure did. Remember, folks, stay informed, stay critical, and don't be afraid to raise hell when you see some shady shit going down.
And if you're feeling extra rebellious, go punch some holes in your credit cards. Just kidding, or am I?
All right, you degenerates. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this drunken journey through history. Until next time, stay thirsty for knowledge and keep those drinks flowing.
If you're enjoying these podcasts, make sure to subscribe. Thanks once again, and we'll see you soon.